Hi guys, it's Marc Zicree, Mr. Sci-Fi. And actually I'm at my studio today and we're grabbing some pickup shots, some wonderful things that we're going to be presenting with our film very soon, Space Command. And it's just, a wonderful time, and having my own spaceship sets and my own studio is quite a wonderful thing. And I just wanted to share some of these times with you because for those of us who grew up reading science fiction, watching science fiction TV shows and movies, it's just such a great thing to be able to be part of this world and be shooting and making our own science fiction dreams come true and sharing them with millions of people around the world. It's such an amazing time we live in. I mean, when you realize that only in the last 100 years or so could you be part of this amazing art form that we all share. Everyone in the world, watches movies, watches TV, and it's just such an amazing art form, and we take it for granted. But for hundreds of thousands of years, mankind didn't have anything like this, and it's only recently that we have. And so it's very, very thrilling to be able to do this. And it's funny because what I do in terms of studying directing, because when I learned how to write scripts, I was reading scripts by Matheson and Serling and Beaumont and George Clayton Johnson and Ray Bradbury and Ted Sturgeon and so forth, and learning my craft by reading the scripts from Star Trek and Twilight Zone and all of that, and talking to those writers. And now what I'm doing is I'm learning with Elaine to direct and produce films. Now I'm studying films, and the way, by the way, to study directing is you turn off the sound and you watch. So I'm actually watching a lot of different Star Trek films and films, of course, like Alien and Blade Runner, but particularly Star Trek. It's very interesting to watch. Robert Butler, whom I know, was the first director to ever direct Star Trek. He directed the first Star Trek pilot, The Cage, and so so I've been studying the way the original show was directed, and then I watched Star Trek: The Motion Picture. Robert Wise. If you turn off the sound and just watch it, all the shots are very stationary, very still, no moving camera or almost none, because the monitors on the Enterprise bridge were rear projected film, and they couldn't move the camera at all because you would lose the light on those monitors. So they had to be totally stationary. Then Nicholas Meyer, when he did Wrath of Khan, he completely reinvented how that was shot. He made those video monitors instead of film rear screen projection, and because there were video monitors, you could move the camera. And so there's a lot of more dynamism in how he's directing, and then you can see how Nimoy directed it, and so forth through the films that were done and Next Gen, and then of course when you get to JJ, watching his Star Trek, he was reinventing the grammar of Star Trek, and people are very mixed on his on what he did, but I find it very interesting to see how dynamic he is, because that's his strength as a director, I think. So everyone's on the move, everyone's running everywhere. So so this is just where things stand, but I'm so glad to be able to share this adventure with you. If you want to comment on some of your favorite directors or tricks you've noticed about how science fiction directors direct, because again, we're doing green screen, we're doing all sorts of effect shots. Today we're shooting some green screen stuff, some stuff on set, and but please comment and like and share and spread the word. Subscribe to the Mr. Sci-Fi channel, and we'll talk to you again really, really soon. So thanks a lot. Great to have you here. Bye-bye.